Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Blast from the Past, not reviews. This time we're just chatting. I am Steven. You might know me from a couple other places. And I'm joined as always by this side, my wonderful co-host Megan of the Noob Reviews. How are you doing, Megan?
Good.
Yeah.
I actually ate before this stream, so yeah.
Hey. Not having to surreptitiously take bites during the stream.
That's usually what I do on Fridays.
Yeah. All right, gotta wolf it down real quick.
Exactly.
We've got a Robert already. How is it going, Robert? Duck dangerously trying to get the channel yeeted. Oops. Robert got my back, though. Yes, thank you, Robert. I did not know about apparently you can't show firearms during a live stream. So, I don't know. Well, we might be testing it tonight. We'll see. Either way, we can just talk about them, discuss things, and you had some questions about holsters and the like, and I got a couple of those here, so we can talk about that stuff. Got Phil, Hale, Megan, and that what's his face? Yeah, that would be me. Thank you, Phil.
Wow, Phil.
Yeah, Philment. Yes. And Small Time Republic. How's it going, Small Time? But yeah, so we were gonna talk about firearms here. I own quite a few. I mean, don't have a ridiculous...
Robert says you can show them, but you can't touch or handle them.
That makes
so you
zero
can't
sense.
hold it up. You have to like point the camera at it. What?
Well, here's the thing. I've seen on now maybe he has like different rules for him, but I've seen on Crowder's stream plenty of times they've held firearms during live streams. So I know that you're not allowed to load them in videos, or loading them in a video will get it demonetized immediately, which I don't know why. They just do that. Yeah, it's like we were talking about before the show, whole self-deletion thing. Apparently not all YouTubers are mentally stable. Fact-checked true by Snopes. We are not. That's why we do this stuff. You know, we're up on camera just like, hey, please make fun of me. We can't be mentally stable for that. That's what you said. Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess to kick off the discussion. Oh, wait, got another one hopping in. Binary Recoil. How's it going? How's it going? With the name Recoil, we're talking about firearms, so that, you know, connection there and stuff. And speaking of mentally unstable, here's Sean Landrigan. Welcome, Sean. So I guess I can't show the firearms, but apparently you had some questions about holsters.
Yeah. Okay. So like, I'm a very small person, and I'm a girly girl. I know I show up on stream in like t-shirts and sweatshirts, but that's because it's freaking cold. But like when I go out, I'm like, I like to be stylish. Okay. Sue me. Hi, Steven Ransom. And so like I have the regular like in your waistband type holster, right? You just slip it in your waistband, whatever. But like you gotta wear a loose shirt or whatever, so it doesn't really show. And then my brother-in-law, he got me this. Do y'all know what type of holster this is?
Okay, it's a Kydex. Is that a... I've never seen that kind of strap.
It's a bra holster, y'all.
Bra holster?
Yes.
What?
So you clip it like right there in the center thing.
So you can like, bam, gotcha.
And I was like, okay. So if you want to wear some tight pants, but you still gotta have a loose shirt. Anyway, really funny.
I feel like that's just gonna...
a bolder. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna like... Some ladies have, sorry TMI everybody, but some ladies have bosoms they can hide a pistol under. Right now I have a Glock 45 and it's not big, but for me that's pretty big because I'm tiny. So I was like, I need like a SIG or something that's a lot smaller. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Cannot be comfortable. I don't know your Barmy. Like, also, you guys, I haven't even looked this up. There's like YouTube videos, but like, how do you get it in and out?
Yeah, it's closed on both
I
sides.
know, because the regular in your waistband one, you just but, like
Yeah, like, I've got that. It's,
yeah, that's what mine looks like.
yeah, this is for
I'm
my
like, like, it arrived, like, yesterday, so I haven't looked up any YouTube videos. Like I said, I did 3 10-hour shifts in a row. I don't even know what day it is. So, I haven't done any research on this, and since we have so many men in the audience, I'm assuming they don't know either. But this was made by
it's
women. There's actually a lot of women out there who shoot, and so they make their own products, holsters that are fitted for women, clothes, that type of
mhm.
thing. So I'm gonna have to look into that a lot more. Kitty.
Kitty,
But
this is a
yeah,
moon kitty.
I got the bra holster, y'all. So
So it looks like you're kind of just supposed to. Sorry, I have to show the cat off. YouTube like cats. They don't like guns, but they like cats. Moon.
yeah, let's just neutralize
Photogenic.
it with the cat.
Yes. Yes.
This is a cat video, y'all.
Hmm.
Cat's like, what's happening?
Go on, Moon.
Bye.
She'll be back. She craves attention. It looks like you're kind of supposed to just slide the gun in. Like, I imagine slide the front in and then it pops in to the back, but that's,
Yeah, but you can't get it out smoothly. Like, I could fit it
yeah.
in, and then I was struggling to pull it back out, and I was like,
Yeah.
this just I mean, you can see where it goes,
Hmm.
but, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean, you want
anyway,
retention, but
there's
that's,
a lot of retention here, man. Like,
yeah.
there's too much. Like, pull all my clothes off trying to pull my gun out. Anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to figure this thing out. Yeah, push towards the muzzle end to release it. Yeah, Robert, I
that's
don't
weird.
know.
Yeah, you'd
But
have to
there's,
like
like, YouTube
shove it
videos, and
in
they
and
have,
then.
like, a whole website where people buy stuff from them, like and my brother-in-law is, like, super into guns and everything,
Hmm.
so, like, he does his research. I was like, "Okay, okay."
Yeah,
I'm gonna figure out it's a weird one.
I just got for the wife. I got her just an outer waistband because she
Mhm.
wears women's jeans, which tend to be tight, skinny
Yeah.
jeans, and it's tough to do the inner waistband with those. Plus, I got a revolver because she has difficulty working the slide on on a
Mm, mhm.
semi-automatic. So I got a revolver. Really tough to put a revolver in her waistband. It's just uncomfortable. It's not that
Yeah.
you can't do it. It's just uncomfortable. I just got her an outer waistband leather holster, and it's like just wear sort of a loose shirt that you can wear
Mhm.
over it if you want to conceal it. Or, I mean, we're in Georgia, we're in the South. No one cares if you walk around with a gun open. You just walk around with it. No one's going to say anything. Also, did want to quickly say thank you for joining us, Stephen Ransom. This is some great Friday night chat. It can only be better from here. Yes, yeah, Stephen Ransom. Seen him quite a few times over in the Tuesday night streams. Glad to see you over here. And also Sean Landrigan, Russian Blue. She does look very much like a Russian Blue, but having done some research on it, I believe she is a chartreuse, mostly judging by the disposition and behavior patterns from a chartreuse.
Oh.
They do look very similar.
Cat behavior patterns. Wow.
Yes.
You are a cat person.
Yeah, we've tried to like. Well, I mean, you know how it is with cats. Like dog people, it's like I'm on a wait list to get this dog. I had to do a background check, and they came by and checked my home, and now I have this dog, and it cost me $10,000, and I have to
It's
get it
like my
regularly checked
parents.
up. Cat people are like, I found this in a gutter, and it's my entire life. It's
The dogs that I have were free.
okay. That's
There's a reason because they're the R word, okay? Like they're dumb.
yeah,
And now the one is blind and diabetic, so go figure.
yeah. That's well. Hey,
The
free
shelter
dogs are
was
good.
like, "Oh, you can have them for free," and we're like, "Oh, cool."
When yes.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
you just wanted to get rid of these ones because nobody wanted
Mm.
them. Okay.
Yeah, cat people, we just find them in like gutters and dumpsters, and we're like, it is treasure. I love this so much. And yeah, so that's basically how that cat was found. It actually walked into my in-laws' garage, hopped up in my brother-in-law's lap, and just sat there. And they're like, I guess we have a cat now. And
Oh,
so
that's
they
so
shoved it off on
funny.
us.
You can take it.
Yep, pretty much. So like, we have 3 already. You only have 2. Here you go. So,
Mm.
yep. And we did a bunch of research and stuff trying to figure out what breed she is, because yeah, we're weird like that. See, duck dangerously. Yeah, try living in my commie state of Illinois. Criminals can carry weapons, but law-abiding citizens should be locked up. Yeah, Illinois recently passed. I believe it's Illinois has been passing a lot of bans recently. I believe they tried to ban the AR-15s. It was immediately shot down. They tried to put in a bunch of new um, carry requirements in order to even get a concealed carry license. They put in a bunch of requirements to basically make it impossible. That got shot down. I believe they got a magazine limitation through, so I think you can only have like 10 rounds in a magazine. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, they also have, particularly because of Chicago, they have massive shooting levels there. Almost all of them done illegally and by pistols, not the AR-15, the scary, deadly AR-15.
But
It's
it
all
just looks so
pistols.
scary, you know?
Yeah, it's black and plastic. Ooh, it's Rut-row. No,
What's a
we didn't show
rut-row?
anything bad, Robert. We didn't show anything. It was just cats. Yes, binary recoil is right. Cats do choose their humans. Humans choose their dogs. Cats choose their humans. Let's see. Got into a firearms discussion a couple of nights ago on Joe's Atmospheres channel. It was about the Illinois weapon ban. Yep. Yeah, Phil lives there. It's a hot mess. Yeah. Honestly, the FOID card list is backed up by a year. Try even getting a license. That sucks, man. It was like super easy for me.
I don't even have to get one.
I don't either
Because I'm
now.
in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to, because if you do, then you can like bring it into another state. Or it's easier to. But like, yeah, otherwise I don't have to.
Yep. Yeah, same with me here.
Is Florida like that as well?
No, I don't think Florida has constitutional carry yet.
Oh man, I'm surprised. I feel like they should.
Yeah. They have reciprocity with every other state pretty much though. So if you have a license in, Texas, Georgia, and I think almost all of the other ones who are part of the reciprocity group, then yeah, you can bring it over there. I'd say if you're ever going to travel with your firearm, one, check the laws of what you have to do to travel between states for every state that you're going to travel through, even because some states, like, you have to have the magazine unloaded in a separate area with the firearm itself in a locked container in a separate area. Like, you have to go through a whole bunch of crap. And I know also check the laws in the state for what you have to do with the reciprocity. It's all super easy to look up. Like a Google search will tell you everything. Because in Florida, you can. Okay, well, Duck Dangerously is saying that they passed constitutional carry this year. So.
They're looking to do it. Okay. Because I was like, man, with Ron DeSantis, you'd think that he would be pushing for that or something, or people would be.
Well, state Senate has to pass it, and then he has to, sign it. But if you do go into Florida with a firearm and they do have reciprocity, you can only conceal carry that firearm. So, just gotta pay attention to the laws.
Ooh. That makes sense.
Yeah. So you're currently training with a Glock 45, right?
Yep. It's a little stiff for me, and I don't know, it has the way the trigger is. It's like dit, and then I can feel that the what's it called? I've lost all my words now. I hate working 10-hour shifts.
That you can feel the firing pin.
Yeah, and then I tense up and I'm ready for the recoil, and it's just, and then my aim is like completely off. It's really bad, because then she gave me her SIG, and I was so I was so good at shooting that thing. I was so comfortable with it. It was smaller. It fit my hand better. And then she gave me some other pistol. It had a longer barrel. I don't know what it was, honestly. I'm sorry. I shot 9mm. And because of the longer barrel, there was less recoil, so I did slightly better with it. But it was just a lot bigger. I just didn't like it. So I really like the little Sig P2 something. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm
That was a
familiar
good
with
one.
the P365. That's the pretty common concealed carry one for SIG.
P238.
P238. Yeah, I don't know much about
Mm-hmm.
that one.
It was
P238.
really nice. And she broke it in so well. Oh,
Hmm.
so easy to use.
Okay, that's
So,
their micro compact. I see. Got cat hair on the microphone now. There we go. Yes, I agree, Duck. Sig and Walther do make good guns. I don't own any because of price point,
hmm.
personally. Sig or a Walther, get ready to drop at least $1,000. Pretty much. I mean, some of them you might be able to find used for 800-900, but
Yeah.
pretty much get ready to drop 1,000. I own, let's see, Smith and Wesson. Smith and Wesson makes good guns. They're more affordable. I really like my Smith and Wesson. I'd like to show it to everybody, but guess not.
It's pretty. He showed it to me.
Yeah, it's no, that was my
Mm-mm.
Heritage I showed you. That was
Yeah, you
the
showed me your
revolver.
heritage.
Yeah. The Smith and Wesson's kind of my, well, I can hold it, just not show it on camera. It's my larger, my full-sized pistol. It's not the Shield. It's the M&P full-sized for anybody in the audience who knows guns. I really like it. It's because it's a larger gun and it's a slightly larger round. Mine shoots a 40. The recoil's really not bad on it, but it kind of sucks to carry. It's
Yeah.
yeah, pulls my pants down, all that stuff. So I carry a Springfield Hellcat. That's my EDC. Which I mean, I can show the holster for it. You know, the holster's not too big, so
Mm.
it's about the size of the Glock 45, roughly the same size. Robert makes a good point. Smith and Wesson Shield EZ is geared towards women. The slide is very easy to manipulate.
Ooh.
Yes, yes, it
Where's
is.
my
I
pen? Oh no.
Yep. It'll be about the
Wait, I
same
have a phone.
size as the Glock 45.
Okay.
Uh, it's also a subcompact, so easier to conceal carry. And yeah, Smith and Wesson makes good guns. Typically affordable. You can probably find one for 500 or less. They make them in plenty different uh, calibers. There's the word.
Mm. Smith and Wesson. Sorry.
Oh,
I
you're
had to
good.
open my notes.
I hate using the phone for notes.
I can't find paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say
Then
I
I
almost.
wanted. Sorry.
Oh no,
Continue.
I wasn't saying anything. What's up?
I wanted to know people's thoughts and opinions. I'm still gonna do what I want, but I I would like to know people's thoughts and opinions on like a thigh holster because I did talk to my instructor, and I mean, that's I like to wear a cute dress, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So there. So like thigh holster, people's thoughts on that, which I know guys don't wear that either. They just are like, I'm gonna stick it in my pants, but girl
Uh,
pants are different, and girl clothes are different.
Actually, my coworker had a thigh holster that he wore because
Yeah.
he doesn't have he has like no hips and no ass. Like I have no I have no ass and no hips, but I have fat for it to cling on to. He doesn't have that
Yeah.
even. So he also carries around this friggin' it's a Rock Island 1911. It's a friggin' hand cannon. The thing's huge. It's all iron and wood. It's a beautiful gun,
Wow.
well made, but it kept pulling his pants down when he had it on the hip holster. So he got the thigh holster and he liked
Mm-hmm.
it. He really liked
Okay.
wearing it. It was easy for him to reach.
Yeah.
His now the thigh holster does typically come with a secondary locking mechanism on it. Like you have the retention in the holster. His
Mm-hmm.
you have to hit a button and then slide it out. But you grab it, you hit the button, and then your fingers, where it would normally rest above the trigger anyway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's not
Uh,
bad.
I'll say with a dress, you can conceal carry it. With a guy jeans, it's just out in the open. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like Duck Dangerously said, drop holsters are nice for open carry. There is also, if it's wintertime, you're wearing a jacket or something, shoulder holster.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're not
It
cheap
just
though.
shoulder holster like makes me think of cowboys.
Yeah,
Because they either have like this separate belt with their gun or
Mm-hmm.
what. Yeah.
I won't lie, I really want one of those belts that has all the spots for you to put individual bullets in them.
Nice.
I don't care how cheesy they look; those things are awesome. It's like a bandolier belt to put together.
Yeah.
Oh, we got an Achilles Jones
Achilles
in here. Welcome,
Jones.
Achilles.
Sean says I'm gonna be Laura Croft. Yes.
Yes, yeah, thigh holster, Lara Croft. Hell yeah. Let's see. A lot of cops that were former military would rather use drop holsters. Okay, interesting. If I ever own a gun, which is unluckily, I am getting a holster to show it off. So this actually brings up an interesting point, Phil, of conceal carry versus open carry. What are your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I prefer concealed carry. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Canadian in me. Like, you're just not used to seeing that. Like, people just walk around in Texas, like, or just basically in the South, with just a gun on their hip, like, whatever. You have to, I don't think you can do it anymore in Canada, but you have to get, like, serious licensing to conceal carry. And that's all you can do. You can't open carry.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe that's just what I'm comfortable with. Yeah. Yeah, I do mean the concealed thigh holster, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I prefer conceal carry as well. I see the benefits of both because the idea of open carrying is, it's essentially peacocking. You're letting people know that you are armed, and it would deter potential, robbers or, strong armed any sort of violence going against you because these people automatically know that you're armed. For me, it's if someone is really determined, say you're in a gas station and you're open carrying and someone is really determined to rob that gas station, they're just going to shoot you first.
Yeah.
That's kind of my feeling on it. All right, come here, kitty. No, you are going to get cuddles. Struggle snuggle time. It's sorry. Kitty trying to take up all the room here. Yeah, see, ducks with me on this. Open carry makes you the target. I see the benefits for both. I prefer to conceal carry.
Because you can see, oh, that person has a gun. Like, if you got this cowardly person, it might make them think twice, versus you have someone that doesn't give two craps. Like, you're like, oh, okay, let's have a shootout. You just never know. It's like the attitude of the person, I think, to be honest, in the end. But I would still go conceal carry, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just how I prefer it. I don't feel like I want people to know generally. Now, if they happen to see it, generally, at least here in the South, no one cares. And I don't really care if they do notice that I'm carrying, but I just prefer to conceal it. I will say my local gas station right by my house, one of the workers there did have he had a 45 that he would open carry for a long time, and that store didn't get robbed. So there's that. We also don't have too many robberies around here. Let's see. Yeah, Phil, part of me is also tempted to go with conceal so I can have a better chance of getting a wound shot in. I don't know what a wound shot is. In case you don't know, Phil, anytime you are aiming to shoot at someone, you have to understand that the intent is to kill. You aim for center mass. The intent is to stop, really, but likely you are going to kill them. Trying to shoot someone to wound them is not a thing that's in the movies. You're never going to shoot a gun out of someone's hand. Shooting someone in the leg is not less deadly than shooting them center mass. It's not a thing, hit them in the shoulder. First off, aiming is not that easy. They make it look easy. It's really not. Like, I try to practice regularly at about I'd say about a 10 to 15 yard range where I normally try to practice at. And yeah, aiming's not easy. I can hit center mass with most of the bullets, but yeah, it's
no, I was at like 5 yards. That's where she started me. Like, that's as far as I got, guys. 5 yards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of where you want to start and, work your way
Mhm.
back. It's better to work from, because that way you can know what the smaller changes you need to make are with your aiming at a closer range, and then it'll be easier to know what those adjustments are at a farther
Mhm.
range. Let's see. Yeah, and guns aren't 100% accurate. I mean, depends on the gun. Most of the time, modern guns are pretty accurate. It's so easy to be off by a little bit. Like
It is, and I found just because I think it also depends, at least in my very limited experience, of when I went and I shot 3 different pistols, the one that fit my hand the best, fit my body the best, I felt the most comfortable shooting, is the one I had the most accuracy with.
hmm
So, I mean, you gotta be comfortable with it too. Um, whatever you're most comfortable shooting, you're gonna be the most accurate with.
hmm That is a big one for that is I suggest to anyone before they go and purchase any firearms is, especially if you have a range nearby that will let you either rent guns or they have like ones that you can use before you purchase. It's always best to at least feel how it is in your hand. That'll make a huge difference.
Yeah.
That's why I went with the Springfield Hellcat instead of the highly recommended P365 by SIG, because I didn't like how the SIG felt in my hand. It just, it was a little bit small. I don't have huge hands or anything, but I have slightly average, probably a little bit above average size hands for guys my size. It just felt small. I didn't like it. I tried the Springfield Hellcat. It's just a little bit fatter on the grip, and it just felt right. So
Yeah.
that made a huge difference for me.
Yeah, the grip and everything. Yep.
Also, I will say being able to shoot it beforehand would be nice as well. I haven't been able to do that really with any firearm. I've had to buy it then shoot it, because different guns will have different styles of recoil and
Mhm.
how they fire.
Mhm.
One of the reasons why I'm really happy with my Hellcat is because the recoil on it. Now it's got a pretty strong recoil because it's a subcompact. Excuse me, but it recoils mostly straight back. Instead of, some guns will kind of go up and back a little bit. This one goes almost straight back. So I can stay pretty well on target if I'm firing somewhat quickly.
Yep.
I'm certainly not at the point where I can like rapid fire accurately. I'm not there yet. Now you did bring up something earlier I had thought about. You were saying like right before you shoot the Glock 45, like you tense up
Mhm.
beforehand. Now, I mean, I'd say talk to your instructor about this before you try anything, but I have heard from other people, and what I've done and works for me is actually before I fire, like before I even really get my finger on the trigger, they talk about having like different grip levels for like, they'll say, all right, you want to have a 60% grip on your right hand and a 40% grip on your offhand, or whichever is main hand, whichever's offhand. Then I've heard other people say you should just, however hard you're going to be gripping it when you fire, that's how hard you should be gripping it initially. So
Mm.
I've tried, they call it a 100-100. So just grip the heck out of the gun right, before you even go to fire it. Now you might be a little bit shaky with that though, is the off chance, but you're going to, you're less likely to have that last second tense up because you're already, gripping the heck out of it beforehand. So I'd say
Yeah.
ask your instructor about it. She probably knows. I'm sure she knows more than I do. So she would know best. Let's see. Zeltroid, thank you for
Zeltroid.
joining us, Zeltroid. Neutralize the threat center mass. If you aim for a leg and miss, bad guy kills you or someone you love. Now you have the regret to live with that. Yeah, that is why you aim for center mass. Easiest target. It's about stopping the person. That is the main thing. And yeah, 7 yards is the average for gunfights. Yeah, it's usually about where I start. I go from like 20 foot, maybe up to like 40 foot max for pistols, but 40 foot's unlikely how far you're going to be trying to shoot someone with a pistol, but it's good to at least try, know how accurate you are. I'll admit I'm not the most accurate shot out there. I'm not I'm not some crack shot who's going to hit, 100% of the time center target. I'm not. I can hit center mass most of the time. Let's see. There was basically a 100% chance we will never get into a shootout, but if you don't fully obliterate my... Okay. I don't just stop from broken bones or destroyed organs. You'd be surprised what shock can do to a person. Binary recoil. Shock is you're both doing it wrong. Hold it sideways. Yeah, you gotta hold it up and sideways and aim slightly down with it.
Gangster, yo.
Yeah, that's
what
exactly
the cool
how
people
do. Yes, with 2 pistols. Yeah, that's it.
So accurate.
Yes, that's the only way to be accurate. Definitely don't look down the sights that are built onto the firearm and come from factory with precision. Don't do that. No. Bad idea. Sean has never shot a pistol. My friend found a Ruger Blackhawk long Colt in a storage container, and damn is that fun to shoot. Yeah. Not familiar with the Ruger Blackhawk, though. I'll say I can't show them off, but I do love my revolvers. I freaking love shooting revolvers. I like how they feel. I like pulling back the hammer. I love a good revolver. But they are harder to carry.
You gotta carry it like a cowboy.
Yeah, you gotta just accept you're gonna open carry it. Yeah, Megan's gangster voice. Yeah. It's huge. Okay. Stephen with his snub nose 38. The wife has a snub nose 38. I bought her one. The only revolver that is mine is a 22 long rifle, 6-shot revolver. I do friggin' love it, and thank you for fixing the autocorrect mistake there. Yes. Let's see. One drill you can do with the flinching is to concentrate on squeezing the trigger without worrying about shot placement. Okay.
Yeah, she did say to do like a lot of dry shooting to get used to like the trigger. And just like focus on one thing at a time. Yeah.
And with the dry firing, you can also get used to the trigger reset, because you want to get used to when you're letting off of it, where that reset point is. So that I did that a lot with my first semi-auto that I bought. So yeah, you do the dry fire, but then after you depress the trigger and it goes off, you have to work the slide again, and then you can feel where it's going to reset. That's also mostly a thing for people who are doing like rapid fire, which I don't plan on rapid firing anytime in the future. I'm not confident enough with my own skills to do that, and I don't want to do something stupid that could get somebody else hurt. So I don't rapid fire. No jams either with the revolver, yes. No, do not practice drawing a loaded gun in the mirror in the bathroom at a police station. Not going to say how I know that one. Yeah.
Wow. That would be so embarrassing. Can you imagine how many cops ran into that bathroom with like, what's going on?
Okay, here's the real question. Were you in your underwear while wearing your service belt? Like just underwear, socks, service belt? Because that would complete the picture for me.
I bet that was a very humbling experience.
Yeah. It's especially a bunch of cops are going to come in. Hey, look what this guy's doing. Hey, get a camera.
Oh, man.
Didn't say it was me. May have been in the building, though. Okay, Doctor. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
If you say so.
We believe you completely. Let's see. Yes, many ranges frown upon rapid fire. Yeah, especially indoor ranges. Were where you're going? Is it indoor, outdoor?
It's an indoor range, and the thing is, I'd never been to an indoor range in my life. I'd only shot at outdoor ranges. So that was also the thing. Everybody else, there was a couple of people shooting as well in there, and every time somebody else shot, I flinched every time. It was so frustrating. It made me jump every time because it's so much louder. Even though you're wearing ear protection, like you can feel it. Whereas when you're outside, like it just rumbles off into the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I was shooting rifles and shotguns and like all the things. But yeah, I was so annoyed how my body flinched at every sound and just the whole atmosphere. So that's another thing. I have to get used to an indoor range with people next to me shooting as well. Yeah.
I've shot at both. I significantly prefer outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so much better. And yeah, you really do feel the concussion when the guy in the stall next to you shoots. Yep. You can just feel it. It's just so much nicer outdoors. I'm kind of lucky. I found out about there's a business not far from where I am that the guy, basically, if you come in and use his service, I don't want to say what it is because I don't want to dox the guy unintentionally or anything, but it's, he has a business, and if you go in and you use his business, he'll let you use his range, which is just his backyard. Like, he just has a little tin thing set up in the back where you can stick your targets up with a magnet, and that's it. Just pay for his service, go use his range, and it's so much nicer being outdoors.
Mm-hmm. Bye, Stephen Ransom.
Catch you later, Stephen.
In.
Yes, thank you. Have a good one. Poor Alasia, sorry, was jumping hardcore every time someone shot. It takes a while to get used to. Yes, it do. It's the kind of thing you just kind of have to do it to get used to it over time. I still like it. I mean, if somebody shot without me knowing there was going to be shooting around, I would definitely flinch. Like, if it was close to me. I'm unfortunately kind of used to just hearing like gunshots in the distance. Like, oh yeah, well, it's far enough away. I don't have to get below the couch level. Get below
I
the
used
windows.
to live like literally just off of a military base, and there was mortars and heavy artillery like all the time, and you got used to it. But still, yeah, I don't know. It had been years, so.
When it's near you, it's different.
Yeah,
though.
It's very different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just outdoors so much better. So much better.
That's Johnny?
I wondered. Johnny, I gotcha. What's up, Johnny?
Why are you okay? I'm confused, but thanks.
Yeah, I was even thinking like he's being very casual with Alasia.
Right? I was like, who is this person? They must know another Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm not confused anymore. Hi, Johnny. Thanks for being
here. Hey, Johnny. Yes.
I was like, what is happening?
Check out Johnny's channel, by the way, now under Zeltroid.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I guess we've talked about the pistols and the like. What about like home defense? Do you just stick with the same pistol, or do you have a preference, I'll say, of like shotgun, rifle?
I mean, there's a shotgun in the closet, so like, that's pretty easy to just pick up and, yeah. Boom, boom.
Oh, yeah. I have a shotgun, too. Actually, it was my first gun, was a shotgun. It was a gift. It's just a Remington, very basic 12-gauge shotgun. But from what I have heard from people who, now this was some video I saw of a guy, so this is like fourth-hand knowledge, but the guy was a former special operator over in, I think, somewhere in the Middle East, and they're basically trained home invaders. They're professional home invaders. Their job is to break into a house, grab a target, extract them from the home, and then question them. That's basically their job. They're kidnappers, but professionally. And this guy was saying that if he walked into a house and he heard the of a shotgun, this guy has the most training in the world. He's one of the deadliest military operators out there, of the rank of, deadliest military operators out there, he would turn around and walk out of a house when he heard that shotgun. It's a gnarly weapon.
Yeah, it is.
You don't want to be on the receiving end.
No, you don't. Ooh.
Okay. Rebrand, new logo, new intros, new focus, new everything. Hell yeah.
Talked about it on G&G stream. Apparently I missed that.
Yeah.
Well, now I have to go check out your channel because now I'm super curious.
Right?
Everybody go check it out. Johnny rebranded. He is now Zeltroid.
Let's see. Hang on. I'm gonna make this happen.
Are you totally looking it up right now?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go. In the chat, everybody, there is Johnny's link. And
go there.
I subscribed.
Beep, bop, bop, boop, beep, bop, boop. Why is my chat so slow and behind on the times? There it is. Why I like this.
Are you looking at the one in
yeah, I'm good now. Yeah.
Okay,
I figured it out. Whoa. Well, that looks so cool.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yep. Metroid and Zelda, Zeltroid. I got it. Oh, he said it there.
That's cool.
Zelda and Metroid blend. Only sub if you like those franchises. Otherwise, don't bother. I've played Metroid. I like Metroid. Not a huge fan, but Zelda, I get down on some Legend of Zelda. In fact, the only ones I haven't played are the DS games and Skyward Sword. I've played every other, at least mainline Zelda game. I didn't play the arrow shooter one on Wii. I missed that one. But other than that, I love me some Zelda. Yeah, who doesn't like Zelda? You know who doesn't like Zelda, your bommy? Commies. That's who doesn't like Zelda.
Wow. That was harsh. That was harsh, Steven. That was harsh.
I call it like it is. That's it.
Oh. Okay.
Did you
were gonna
have
say something? I think.
What, huh?
Were you gonna say something?
Oh, I was just gonna ask if you had any other general questions about guns, because I'll Google stuff if I don't know.
I was talking about the different types of holsters, thigh holsters, and showed y'all a bra holster. You're welcome. Not really. It was just that one was weird. I need to do more research on that. Honestly. How do you use that? Because Johnny wasn't here, but I'll show it again if anybody wasn't here. This is the bra holster, y'all.
It's just, I don't get it. It doesn't have, does it have a retention? It doesn't look like it has the
no,
retention
it doesn't
screw in
have
there.
my other holster, my inside the waistband holster has those, so you can loosen and tighten the retention. But this, that is so tight. So I don't understand once you clip it on your bra in the center of things. What is happening? So I got this yesterday, like I said, and I don't know how to use it. I have a website.
I feel like unless you're wearing a really loose blouse, it's gonna it's gonna imprint a lot. You're going to see it. Which defeats the purpose. They're gonna be like, huh, you have this gun-shaped third boob, like a weird alien from Total Recall.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh, we got pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not what I was thinking at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is not safe for work. This is just a picture.
What? Okay, so you're supposed to reach up under
the
blouse and pull it out. That's so uncomfortable. There is 0% chance of that being comfortable. That's
right.
No, that's Yeah.
There's video instructions at flashbangstore.com.
That's...
But yeah, I know I'm gonna look into that. Like, this was a gift, so like I didn't spend money on it, but I was curious. I'd heard of this before, but yeah, you can do high carry, custom carry, and low carry. So it can be like high carry is like up in there, like it's in there. The custom carry is like central lower, and then low carry is like basically underneath.
None of that looks comfortable. That looks horribly uncomfortable.
Apparently women use these though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't see it. I think you're on the money with the like thigh drop holster, or even just like if you're wearing jeans, wear kind of a looser, longer blouse, maybe something flowy at the bottom, and just have an outer waistband, holster, something with a. I do not have one nearby, but something with the clasp on it, so it actually has some retention. I do have on my Smith & Wesson, I do have a leather holster for that one. Little bit more care that has to go into a leather holster, because you got to actually you got to break it in. Like, they don't, it doesn't come with all this nice, where it's fitted to my gun now. It's just plain leather. I had to work on all of that over time. But I'll say, the personal opinion, Kydex is the best. It doesn't look like it's going to be more comfortable, but it's so much smaller profile that it winds up being more comfortable.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Some dude who does appendix carry was like, let's make the ladies uncomfortable too.
Right? I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know. I'm so curious now to like go on YouTube and see how these ladies are making it work, because flashbang bra holster. Who'd have thunk it?
Not me. Never in a million years did I think they made a bra holster for a Glock at that. We're not talking some little tiny, 25.
Well, that's the thing. I was like, maybe for a tiny little, like little SIG, like a, or something, but
no, that's just weird. It's weird, and I don't like it. It's not even for me. I don't like it. Yeah, appendix carry, I'm not a fan. I got a bit of a gut. It doesn't work. I also don't like the idea.
Is that like closer to the front of your pants? Like,
front.
Literally
Yeah, I don't like the idea of walking around with a pistol, which I keep chambered. Like, it doesn't shoot otherwise, so I keep it chambered, pointed at my junk. I don't like that idea.
I feel like that would make you anxious as a guy. I'm not a guy, but I feel like that would be anxiety inducing. I don't know.
Yeah, just not my thing. It's not comfortable.
What about, is it actually a real thing, or is it just gangster movie style to like put it in the back of your pants?
So yeah, small of back carry is one. Yeah, they do actually make holsters specifically to do that. I recommend against it. The reasons why, done a bit of research on this. I don't do it myself, but there have been several people who are carrying small of back, and they get into some sort of altercation, they get pushed over, or they just slip and fall on their back. And because that firearm is pressed right there up against their spine, people have broken their spines, lower spine, which has left them paralyzed doing that. There was one story I heard about a cop. Now, it wasn't actually his firearm. He got into a tussle with a guy. He was standing up, and his duty belt, had actually spun to where his radio got into the small of his back, and he fell over, and it broke his lower spine. So.
Wow.
It's a thing. It is, for me at least. I recommend against it. Johnny's got a suggestion here. Check out Armed and Styled. Such a great channel for ladies who carry. Tons of holster advice, outfit advice, etc.
Armed and Styled. Okay.
Okay,
I'll look that up. Thank you, Johnny.
Me too.
That's the thing. Like, first of all, women are smaller, okay? Like, biologically, for the most part, generally, we're just built differently. So we cannot carry a sidearm the same way a guy does. Like, we just can't. Secondly, our clothes are made differently. We can dress in guy clothes, and some women are more comfortable wearing looser clothing or whatever, but I kind of do like a mix. Like, I'm not like skin tight, seductive clothing, but like, I want to wear something cute once in a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But you're going around as a single woman and you want, anyway, you gotta be able to, someone be able to carry and have, armed and style, done. Got it. I'm gonna look there.
Now, I have seen some. Now, like I said, I'm not a fan of appendix holster, but I have seen ones, and they are specifically aimed towards women. They're actually, it's kind of like for lack of a better term, like a girder almost, or it looks more like a cummerbund, but for women, and it actually straps all the way around. It's usually some type of not spandex, but I can't remember the type of material I'm thinking of, but similar to a spandex, but thicker style material, and that's designed to be held a little bit higher up in front of you, so kind of right about here.
Kind of like a belly band one?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've never used one, so I couldn't say if they're good or not, but would be easier to conceal carry for a woman.
That's true.
Got Hassan.
Hi, Hassan.
Thanks for joining us. Just stopping by to say hi. Well, thank you, Hassan. Let's see. She equips herself is another good channel. Let's look that one up.
These are good tips.
I did put Armed and Styled in the chat if anybody wants to save that channel. She equips herself.
Cool.
Let's see. About to drop that in the. Thank you, Robert. Elastic. Yeah, such a difficult word for me to remember. Yeah. Blonde moments are a thing. That's all I'm saying.
That's a thing. Oh man. Okay. I'm getting good ideas from y'all. This is good. This is good.
Yep. Well, I'm for, not just women in general, but people in general arming themselves, learning about firearms, how to safely have them. And I do understand, like, I personally don't lock all of mine up, but I do understand particularly people who have kids that keep them in like gun safes and the like. So there's a safety element to it, but at the same time, it does give, particularly women, but all people, it's the great equalizer for in all things. It can really put you on an even playing field for any sort of violence that could happen. Most likely not going to happen, but better have it, not need it kind of situation. And I'll say particularly, like, if it's a woman living in a big city where there is a much higher chance of being, prey to some sort of violence, it's, much less likely to happen if armed perpetrators, or not even armed perpetrators, but let's just say for sake of argument, there's a serial rapist going around and he finds out that all the other serial rapists are getting shot constantly. He's less likely to serially rape.
Yeah.
That's just how it seems to me.
Yep.
Also, I think the government being afraid of the populace, just a good thing in general.
It's not a bad thing.
Just a good thing in general.
Yepers.
That was another thing I wanted to ask you about, sort of going from Canada, because I know there aren't no guns in Canada, but they are much more strongly regulated. And then coming to America, and like what the differences are between the two, or if you even saw anything with guns while you were in Canada.
I mean, my dad hunted, so he had a hunting rifle, and then my brother was a sharpshooter. He was in Army Cadets, and he shot in tournaments. He's a sharpshooter, so he had a couple rifles and stuff. So we had at our church, I lived in a smaller town, and I lived in the mountains, so a lot of people were hunters, and they would hunt for elk and deer and stuff like that. It was really, really normal. So there was just a lot of people in my life who had guns, and you go to the range and you shot skeet and you shot just target shooting for fun. And yes, Canada just recently banned all handguns. Yes, they did. Which is thank you,
Yeah.
Trudeau.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Castro Jr.
So yeah, like you can't carry now, right? You can't. But guess who will carry? Guess who will carry a handgun?
The government. Yep, all of the police who love running people over with horses, they're armed.
Right? Yeah, go figure. Hi, Fire!
So it was actually pretty normal for you, at least, where you were growing up and having firearms around. Is there much of a difference going from that to America, to where now it's not just hunting purposes, it's also people can carry for self-defense?
That was a little bit different. Like, I was aware that people did that. That wasn't something people did in Canada, really carrying for self-defense. But I was aware that that was a thing in the States. And especially coming to the southern United States, where people just open carry, that took a little bit to get used to. Like, oh, okay. Oh, whoa, okay. Like, okay. You're not used to seeing that. And it's not like it bothered me, but yeah. It was different. And also, more people actually own guns. Usually in Canada, it's you own a gun if you're a hunter or you like shoot in tournaments for sport. Here in the States, it's like everybody owns one just for the heck of it. They don't always just do it for sport. They don't always just do it for hunting. Self-defense is like a really, really big thing down here, which I think is amazing and great. Yeah. So that is different. That attitude towards guns is a lot different, for sure.
Yeah, I kind of had a somewhat similar experience because, I grew up in Maryland. When I was very young, we were up in sort of the mountain regions toward the north, almost Pennsylvania. My uncle was National Guard, so he had firearms in the house, and I actually learned to shoot when I was 7. My mom just thought it was a good idea, like, hey, go ahead and learn how to shoot. Then when I moved closer to the city, it was kind of a rare thing. You pretty much didn't see guns. The girl I took to prom, her dad had guns, but he was also a homicide detective. Yeah. So he would have guns. And we were just friends. We didn't date or anything, so he didn't, like, threaten me. He didn't do the classic, like, you'll have my daughter home at this time. Like, he knew that we were just friends. He also knew my mom. They went to high school together, so not a bunch of worries there. Yeah, it was it was very uncommon for people to have guns, particularly when I lived closer to DC, because they're completely banned in DC, or at least they were until DC versus Heller. Like, you couldn't even own them on private property before that point. Yeah.
Bye, Achilles. Have a good night.
Out. Yeah, I was also going to say hi to Firefox. Thank you for joining us. Yes, based to a stream. Oh, there it is. Yep. Wow, 3:30 a.m. here. Okay. Yes. Hand pink waving. What is... Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. So
the emoji didn't show up
on my side. Yeah, the emojis don't show up on my side. I was really confused by this one, Firefox. That one really threw me off. Purple hand, blue face smiling. I'm just like, okay, he's having a stroke. A very specific stroke, but okay. Yeah, emojis. Yeah, now I know.
That's funny.
But yeah, then I moved to Georgia, and yeah, like immediately, I want to say within like a month of me living in Georgia, I saw a guy walking around with like this massive, the thing had to be like a 50 caliber. I want to say it was a judge or the governor. This like 50 caliber revolver, frickin' hand cannon strapped to his thigh. And this was like this 70-year-old guy walking around with this thing. And it was just like, you know what? And immediately I was expecting when I first saw it to be like afraid or something, of like, oh my God, there's a guy walking around with a gun or something. But I had grown up around firearms and we had them in the house. My stepdad owned guns, so I had them in my house, but I hadn't really seen people walk around with them. But immediately I had this feeling of like, I actually feel safer. Like, if somebody were to come in and try and rob this store, they're going to see this massive hand cannon on this 70-year-old dude that's been waiting for someone to try him for, however long. And I just immediately actually felt a bit safer. Like, it was the opposite of what I had been told my whole life.
Yeah.
Let's see. Shooting criminals is sport in Ohio. Yep. Grew up with an unlocked gun cabinet in the living room and never once thought about being irresponsible with any of the rifles in it. Yeah, same. My uncle had he didn't lock up his firearms either. He just, made it very clear to me that, they can be dangerous if you're going to handle them. I was young at the time too. He's like, if you want to handle any of the firearms, just talk to me first. He tried not to make it taboo, but it was something I had to do supervised.
Didn't they used to, in some places in America, like at school, they taught everybody gun safety? Like, wasn't that part of gym class or something? Or in some places, more rural areas at least.
Yeah, it would be more of a rural thing. Some schools would have like an actual shooting club. They would have like a rifleman's club, I believe would be the proper term for it. Apparently it was a thing back in like the 70s and 80s that people would have gun racks in the back of their pickup trucks, at least here in Georgia. I've heard from other people that they would just have a gun rack in the back of their pickup truck with a shotgun in it because they would leave school and go hunting.
Yeah.
And pretty much was perfectly normal. Yeah. Why do you have blank number of guns? Because I can. Yep.
I was like my brother-in-law. He's got a huge gun cabinet, like a safe actually, and it's full.
I want one. I am jealous. Jelly.
It's a big old fancy safe, and yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's gonna get that back out of the house, but anyway.
Yeah, it's. I am jelly. I am jelly. I want one of those. I just have guns all over the house. That's my thing. We don't have kids or anything, The cats can't pull a trigger, so we're good there. Yep. I actually try to keep them around the house specifically because, once again, extremely doubtful, but if I'm just walking around in my underwear at night and I hear a window crash open, I'd like for there to be one within 10 feet or so of me.
Yeah.
So they're about. I know where they all are. Let's see. Apologies that you have to wake up in Europe, Achilles Jones. Yeah. Oh, Firefox saying I shot my first 50 cal BMG at 14 years old. Damn, buddy of mine's dad owned an outdoor gun range, so his dad set it up and let us fire it. They literally had 18 safes full of firearms and ammo. Whoa. Damn.
Wow.
Never shot.
Insane.
Yeah. Never shot a 50 cal BMG. I think probably biggest I've shot is 300 Ultra Mag. Which is big, but not that big. Firefox feels like he's having a stroke. Face blue smiling, face fuchsia tongue out, face purple smiling tears.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Robert concurs. Used to be that way in the 60s. Uncle had his gun rack in his truck at 15 and carried one. Okay, JROTC still has rifle teams, but Columbine in the late 90s was used to roll out the zero tolerance nationwide and establishing the narrative. Yeah, WAF, CFR have been maneuvering for decades. Yeah, it's... So I don't know exactly where to stand on the whole. Like, I understand the armed teachers argument, and I do think there's a lot of credit to that, but, definitely can't force the teachers to carry firearms.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Because the only shooting we ever had at any of my schools was from the DC sniper. So, he was in a car, pretty not exactly close to the school. He shot one kid who was waiting to get, he had just been dropped off, was waiting for the school to open up. It really wouldn't have made a difference in that particular situation. But I feel like in a Columbine or a school shooter situation, having an armed teacher would at the very least add an additional defense for the teachers themselves. If not, just better ways to barricade the doors. in
Mm-hmm.
schools. That would also help.
I mean, somebody could have like neutralized that shooter, like, and there would have been a lot less deaths. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
And sometimes it's sometimes it's things outside of the teacher's control either way, like the one in Uvalde. Like the police were just sitting outside, which is not what the regulation states they're supposed to do. They're basically supposed to rush in as fast as they can and neutralize the shooter as fast as they can, and not try and do some we're going to wait it out and have a hostage negotiation with them.
Yeah.
So, different things that could be involved in the situation. There were rumors that, so you grew up in that area too, Binary? Yeah, didn't go to school that week. Yeah, I'll say living there during the DC sniper time, that was a rather scary time. No lie. People were like ducking behind their cars to fill up their gas and stuff, and there was a couple of weeks like parents didn't want us to go outside and play. Like they would drive us to somebody else's house and drop us off rather than us just, normally we'd walk over there, it's just a couple of streets down. But nope, not today. You're getting driven there. Yeah. Let's see. Locked doors would have stopped 90% of mass shootings. Yeah, see, that's kind of the thing. And I know some schools have set up different ways to barricade the doors beyond just, a regular lock. Like they've put things in place to actually barricade the door. The equivalent of, throwing a bar across it or something like. Yeah, I feel like that's a much better way to do things. Also, I never understood, like, I don't know, I guess you can't be 100% sure where the person is, but all classrooms have fire exits.
Yeah.
Like, why don't they open up the window, jump out the window, and bolt? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm no expert.
I don't know.
Well, I think we're getting to about that time. Did you have anything else?
No, I think that was everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned some stuff. I got some new channels recommended to me. Got some research to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All the research.
Got an answer to my question. Grew up outside of Chattanooga, but there were many weekends that gangs downtown executed 3+ people. Yeah. Yep. My county actually beat DC for murders one year.
What? Whoa.
Yeah. We had 150 murders in 1 year. Not homicides, not anything. Murders. We had 150 in a year in my county alone. I wasn't in the worst part of the county. There were other places that were much, much worse than where I lived. We had the occasional murder in my city specifically. Actually, all right, quick aside, we had on like a 3 to 5 year cycle, there would be one really weird murder, like an odd occurrence type murder. I remember one time it was a like 12, 13-year-old girl who was found dead at like a playground. That was a weird one. Yeah. The weirdest one that I can remember off the top of my head was actually a kid that I rode the bus with in the morning. He lived in my neighborhood. In fact, my mom knew his mom and his uncle. She went to school with them. I went to the same high school that my mom did. Obviously years later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my mom knew his, at least mom and uncle. I don't think she knew his dad. All right, come here, floofy kitty. They're hungry, so they're bothering me. But this was well after high school. This was after I'd already moved to Georgia. But he killed his mom with a hammer in their kitchen. Yeah, he just like snapped one day. And yeah, I was glad that I wasn't one of the kids that made fun of him in high school, because he was kind of the awkward fat kid that rode the bus. But But I didn't
Man.
make fun of him. I was the awkward skinny kid, so I didn't have much to talk about there to make fun of him. But yeah, he just like snapped one day and killed his mom with a hammer right in the kitchen. And his uncle, who my mom was closer with, she knew him better in high school. He basically walked out into the kitchen to see it going on, and he just apparently like dropped the hammer and stood there like just completely dead, blank face, like after doing it. Yeah, so we would have a weird one every couple of years.
Creepy.
Yeah. And then the other weird one would be the DC sniper shooting the kid at my school, but he actually survived.
Dang.
Yeah.
There's some weird people out there.
There are.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a nice high note for us to leave it on.
Oh my goodness.
You tell the people what you got going on.
I'm not doing a lot right now because there's a lot going on in my life, so I'm taking things easy. I may get a video up for Sunday, and I might get a live stream done on Monday, but we'll see. I'm just kind of taking it easy. I am recording. Oh, I probably won't get a video up on Sunday because I'm recording with Imosh for Weebs and Waifus Pokemon Scarlet Violet tournament. So Sunday night we'll record that, probably die, but it's fine. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Oh, and Weebs and Waifus is coming back this Thursday, finally, with our live streams. That's all.
So what team are you going with for the tournament? Or are you not telling anyone until so it can be a surprise?
I mean, I can still be beaten super easily, but I'm not telling.
Okay. All right, I didn't know if you've been like looking up the current meta in competitive and you're going to show up with like a trick room team or something.
No, I haven't researched that much. Just enough to sort of try and like know what I'm doing so that I'm at least trying, and you know. Okay. Imosh is still going to squish me like a bug.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know. I at least had to try.
Yeah, you gotta give it a go. You'll be there to give somebody an easy one up.
Yeah.
No, I have faith in you. You'll make it to round 2 at least.
Oh, Steven, I don't think so. But thank you.
It's a vote of confidence.
Thanks.
Yep. See, Sean's there with me. Good luck. Also, Phil, thank you for throwing up links. There's Megan's channel. Be sure to give her a sub. Yes, you can do it.
Thank you.
Let's see, what do I have going on? Later tonight, provided that Ords is still in town, which I think he is, or I think he's back in town. Later tonight, I will be on Ord's board main channel. Phil will be there, most likely. We're going to be playing some Mario Kart, talking shit, having fun. It's a good time. The Friday night after party, Ord's board. Go there, check it out. You can join us in the shit talking and chat. Always a great time there. And then Sunday, you can find me on his live channel, Ord's World, doing the Sunday morning podcast. And then Tuesday, you can find me over on Supreme Heretics channel for United Resistance. We're still trying to get some things lined up for the, somewhat bigger guests over there. Nothing 100% confirmed yet, but we'll see what's going on. Keep your eye out for that. We might be getting some good guests in the future. United Resistance at Supreme Heretics channel. I think that's all I have going on.
Thanks, you're Barmy.
Yep. Good luck with the new holster. Yeah, that's I don't get that.
I don't either.
Oh,
I mean, I'm gonna try it in all the different ways because, like, you might as well. It was a gift. It was free, so like I didn't spend money on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, and nice try, Phil. I will not cry while watching you lose. The only time I cry is at the end of the Iron Giant. That's the only time. Yeah, that's right. That's acceptable.
That's acceptable.
Yeah, it's the
for sure.
The whole, I am Superman.
Yeah.
Oh, got more links up there too.
Thank you, Phil.
everybody out there, remember, if you're going to get into firearms, it is a good idea to do some research ahead of time, or do like Megan is doing and get yourself some training. You know, it's well worth it to pay somebody to train you. If not, do your own research into it. Learn the basic firearm safety rules. In fact, I'll give them the 4 quick and easy ones to the best things you can do to avoid a negligent discharge. Treat every gun as if it is loaded at all times. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to fire. Only point the weapon at something that you are ready and willing to destroy. And what's the last one? Oh, always know the state of your firearm. Always know whether or not you do have it loaded, chambered, unloaded, whether or not it's in firing condition. All of that. Follow those rules. You'll avoid negligent discharge. That's about it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, everybody, let me cut the music off so it's not overlapping with the outro. Well, everybody have a great one out there. We will be seeing you guys later. And yeah. Bye.
Good night.
No. He's looking at you, kid.
Goodbye, Boo.
Kitty.
Kitty has to go.
I'll see you. Not if I see you first.
Hello.
Grandpa? Maybe you could come over and read it again to me tomorrow.
As you wish.